you understand.
Hey everybody, I'm Tony Jones, and welcome to the Tony Jones Show.
It's not enough. People are willing to take the risk. It's sort of a herd mentality, a lemming-like mentality. If you don't go with the flow, you're anti-American and therefore a suspect.
The Tony Jones Show, featuring punk, rockabilly, psychobilly, and Providence, Rhode Island's finest, starts right now.
He's a dangerous militia member, I hear. Oh, and there she blows.
Friends, the time for mediocrity and broadcasting is over. My name is Tony Jones, and you are tuned into the Tony Jones Show, your destination for talk and rock, online at TonyJones.org, Facebook.com/Tony Jones Show, and on the almighty Twitter at Tony Jones in RI. With me, as always, is my occasional co-host, Mr. George Garner. George, good evening.
Good evening.
Kicking the evening off with some Courtney Barnett, Pedestrian at Best, which is actually an album I got for a holiday gift. Yes, the girlfriend and I still trade actual physical music. We're like dinosaurs in that nature.
Hey, that's okay. I mean, the people that don't trade physical music are the same ones that lived on top 40 singles back in the day.
I figure that Newbury Comics has taken so much of my disposable income over the years that I feel a personal responsibility to keep them going, help them keep
kind of
going.
like a symbiosis going on there.
It's like Stockholm Syndrome. It's like I must go to Newbury Comics.
I still go there, and I'll tell you the metal section, the punk section still gets a workout. I mean, we still buy. We are not the only ones that still buy physical CDs.
And for of course, anybody who's listened to the show ever knows that we support local music here. And if you can put together a decent independent release for local bands, their consignment program, as we have personally done with Tony Jones and the Cretin 3 and the Goners, it's just a fantastic way to get your music out there. And it's cool to walk through the aisles and see, I know that band, and they're not breaking the bank by any stretch of the imaginations, but it's a great way for a local band to make a little bit of scratch.
Absolutely. And there's just something, I don't know, even in this digital age, even in this online age, there's something psychological and still to this day about seeing your work, your product in the CD bin. And there really is.
Specifically that Courtney Barnett album, getting the album itself had Polaroid pictures of the bands, and it had a pull-out folder, and it had a second live album that came with it. So it really was, I guess that's the way to put it out there, is to really offer the extras when someone takes the time to grab your physical product.
Yeah, make a work of art out of it.
Right? That's what that's what it was all about back in the day.
Yeah.
Back in my day, and that's a perfect segue to our in-studio guest, Crimson, because this guy's been around probably just as long as we've been around doing this stuff. Crimson, good evening.
Good evening, Tony.
So folks out there who have caught you on the show before or just know you personally, they know you from the band Absent, they know you from Motif Magazine, they know you from Independent Wrestling, and most recently they know you from Providence Roller Derby.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I asked you this last time, but it's like your children. Which one of those would be your favorite kid?
And just like kids, like you really can't say you have an all-time favorite. Just ones that you need a vacation from every once in a while.
Because that exact question has been posed to me in the past, and I same thing. It's like you can't pick your favorite kid when it comes to projects. They're kind of all your babies.
Mm-hmm. It's all about like the longevity of it, and like how much dedication you put to it, the time into it, and the results that come out of it. And if even it's one person said, "Hey, I remember this. I really enjoyed myself, like seeing you do this or being part of this project," then I'm like, "Okay, I did something good for a change."
Which which is cool too, because you probably have the same. I don't want to say problem, but the same situation where I have people who know me from politics who have no idea I played punk rock, and I have people who hear me on the radio who have no idea I play punk rock or are into politics. So it's kind of, when you're doing the multifaceted genre thing, you're able to kind of carve out different groups of people to connect with.
You compartmentalize.
Right.
Which is probably a good thing. Unless you decide to run for office again, and then they start to drag out the video of the punk rock performances.
Or they
that one time at Jerky's,
Well, you know that if Tony ever runs for president, there's going to be that video of, where was it that you fell off the stack of amps?
Absinthe played that night.
Absolutely. I remember that.
Where's his billiards?
I'll tell you, it seems that every time I see this guy sitting across from me, somebody's getting mangled. Usually it was him. Once it was Tony Jones. I don't know. I'm getting nervous around here that I may be next.
So Crimson, Absinthe is kind of, for the most part, on a break right now, right? Any plans to kind of reemerge and play some one-off shows or do some recording, anything like that?
Oh, there's been a huge push from a lot of people, and it's usually pushing me in a corner with threats saying this needs to happen, including my fellow bandmates who I love to death dearly. I have great hairs for each and every one of them. I'm thinking something maybe like closer towards summer when we have a little bit more like time. Because right now, as you know, I'm involved in a lot of projects, right. So like time is of the essence for me. Every day, as soon as I get up, there's always something I got to do.
Yeah, what worries me though is that this feeling of being threatened and pushed into a corner. Are you sure you're not mentally merging the wrestling and the music?
A little bit. I have flashbacks.
Now, don't suplex the musicians and play guitar in the ring. Just
with a couple of them, I definitely want to suplex them still, but that's for other reasons.
That's okay then.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
I like what our good friends Necrophiliac Meat Circus have done, which is that even though they're not an actual, everyday band, when there's a call for them to kind of go out there and do a gig, they go out there and they appease the fans out there and do a couple one-off gigs throughout the year.
Actually, they're not one-off gigs anymore.
Right, because they have quite a few coming down the road.
I think. No, they're now once again an official band, and it was because of threats. As a matter of fact, in the Necros case, it was the threats of our good friend and guitar player Dave Sage, who basically threatened all those smaller individuals into becoming a legitimate full-time band again.
Well, actually, I can tell you a quick story with Alice. When he got married a couple years ago, I was with Dave Sage. And they wanted me to give a speech during the wedding, during the reception. And the first thing I did was, it took Alice to get married for me to pick up the microphone again. And Dave fell right out of his chair laughing.
Let's go back to some local music. We'll come back, like a few other of us in this room. Crimson is also a writer, so we'll touch on his work with Motif Magazine. We'll talk about Providence Roller Derby in a bit, too. And, of course, the main reason that Mr. Crimson is here today is because on January 2nd at AS220, one of our favorite venues, he has a big night coming up. Now, here's a radio teaser for you. This isn't your typical night where 3 bands play and you have a couple beers and everybody has a good time. You go home at the end of the night. This is going to be nonstop action. Now, I hate to use that term because I don't want it to be. I don't want it to be associated with some loser organizations out there that also use nonstop action in their name. But we'll get to it in a bit because it's going to be a big night. But before that, we're going to do what we always do here. We're going to go just for a complete genre change. A little local ska now. It's the Cobacetics, Blood from a Stone, right here on the Tony Jones Show.
Blood from a stone.